Is Amazon wholesale dead in 2026? If you heard, margins are thin, it's too saturated, there's too many sellers, it's too late. This video will clear that up. In the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you, 1, what actually changed in the wholesale game, 2, why most beginners fail, 3, what actually works in 2026, 4, who should actually start, and 5, who really should not get into this game. Stay into the end because the difference between success and frustration usually comes down to one thing that most beginners get wrong in their first 60 days. Let's talk honestly. If you're new here, my name is Mar. In the past 6 years, we scaled our Amazon business to over $40 million in sales. And since February 2024, we've been helping W2 professionals be able to scale their income without needing to go out there and quit their job first. Not hype, not trends, and yes, 2026 looks a lot different than the previous years. But let's be clear, that doesn't mean that the game is dead. It's actually stronger than ever. Number 1 is the easy money disappeared, but the real opportunity didn't. Look, when I first got started back in 2020, you can literally throw anything at the wall and make money on Amazon. People were buying products from Dollar Tree, Target, anywhere under the sun, and being able to sell it for more on Amazon because guess what? Everyone needed to buy more products online because it was COVID. And even in previous years, it was really easy to make money on this platform because not everyone knew how to take advantage of it. You could literally send any sloppy email to a distributor, close a deal. You can overorder products and get lucky because the margins were so high. You could literally compete on this marketplace without any strategy at all and make a ton of money. Now, I want to be super clear. You want to work with brands, and brands expect professionalism, actually working with real business operators. Making high margins requires negotiations. Just because the price doesn't look right when you first start that conversation doesn't mean that you can't negotiate down to get it exactly where you need it to be. And one of the most important things is inventory requires planning. We need to keep the cash in motion. Here's the thing, the wholesale model matured, and that is a good thing because guess what? The platform is making more money than ever. So if you can figure out the right system, you get to end up in that top 10% of sellers, which are taking up all of the revenue, like us. Number 2 is most people approach this wholesale model emotionally. They start going out there and contacting random brands. They think, oh, well, I know this brand, my friends, why can't I go close a deal with them? That's not how you go about this. They start over-investing in one supplier. They put all their eggs in one basket and expect it to take off. They don't understand the buy box dynamics, how it actually rotates and what it takes to actually stay in the buy box and generate a portion of their sales. And they tend to pull out profits way too early and celebrate their wins without thinking about what it looks like to get to the next level. When margin compresses or competition increases, they start panicking and stop thinking logically. They start thinking wholesale didn't work. No, absolutely not. Reframe that. It didn't stop working, you skipped building structure. So here's what works in 2026. Authorized supplier and brand positioning. You want to make sure you're working with brands that are actively investing in marketing into their business because guess what? When you become their brand partner on Amazon and they start investing into actually increasing their revenue and you're helping them on the platform, you get to ride that wave up with them. Now you want control inventory ramp up. Don't just start trusting the softwares and buying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months worth of inventory. Guess what? You want to start with a small test order. What you anticipate you could sell out in 1 to 2 weeks. And once you have hard data in your business, now you want to slowly scale up to what you can sell through in a month. What this makes sure is A, you stay in stock, but B, it doesn't tie up your cash flow for months on end. The next thing you want is diversification. You want to spread between 2 or 3 different brands, actually see who's going to be doing the best business, who is easy to work with, and who's going to give you the highest profit margins. Who's willing to negotiate and give you the best pricing for your business to grow with theirs. Next thing, and I can't stress this enough, is we hyper-focus on replenishable SKUs. Think about it like this. If someone is buying something month after month, year after year, but the Amazon marketplace is growing by 11% each and every year, and that's a lot of money when we're talking about over $1.65 billion per day, guess what? You have these repeat customers that are buying from you month after month, year after year, but you have these new consumers coming in, so your income goes like this. The next thing is cash flow discipline. Always put some money to the side for a rainy day, put some in your tax account, take a few dollars out. Honestly, pay yourself because those wins help you actually feel better about operating the business. But the main thing is don't burn all your cash on one SKU and then get surprised if something doesn't work out. This is called risk mitigation. Wholesale rewards operators, not gamblers. This is not just about finding the right products. This is about building the right relationships with the right brands for the long term. That is the key to the treasure chest in 2026. A lot different than it was a few years ago. Now, who should start in wholesale? Hey, guess what? When you get started, you're gonna wanna have at least 2,500 to around 5K, because that would allow you to actually hit something called an MOQ, or minimum order quantity, or MOA, minimum order amount, with the brands, and actually afford the small batch of softwares you need. Now, only softwares you need are Smart Scout and Keeper when you first get started. That's gonna run you a total of $49 a month, not that much, but you wanna make sure you have some runway for you to actually test enough products and brands. Make sure you're patient. Don't rush to make your first 10, 15, 20K in your first month. Relax, take it easy, and build up to that number. And this business works if you want predictable, reliable, consistent income. But the key is, make sure you wanna treat this professionally. Don't treat this as a side hustle, but expect full-time income. The thing is, the people I see succeed the most, they're waiting 3-6 months to get to that point. They're still making cash flow on the way, but they're ramping up slowly to that point of actually being able to either complement their income full-time or replace their W-2. This business is for people who want to treat it professionally. Don't expect full-time income while treating it like a part-time gig. The thing is, the people who actually take it easy, invest in the right products, and look at it as a business that's going to build up in the next 3 to 6 months, those are the ones that win. Now, you can obviously start generating cash flow in your first 30 days, but don't think you're gonna blow the top off and start making 50 or 100K. It doesn't work like that. We are slowly building this cash flow machine. If you're a W-2 professional looking to leverage this business model for predictable income instead of looking for another job, then this business model fits. But look, I wanna be crystal clear. Wholesale is not for you if you're looking for fast money. At the end of the day, understand, we can go out there and gamble on crypto and all these random things and hope to win, but this is about predictable income. I can't stress that enough. This business will also not work if you are scared to talk to brands and suppliers. At the end of the day, the soft skills, the communication is what allows us to actually build depth in those relationships and get the best deals. If you want passive income immediately in your first 1 to 2 days, it's not gonna be for you. And if you're not comfortable building systems that you can eventually outsource to a team, then this business is simply not for you. I wanna be crystal clear. This is a business, not a trend. Here's the real differentiator. Do you want to build this with trial and error and a bunch of randomness and risk losing money? Or are you looking to compress that timeline? Most people fail because they wait 6 to 12 months just trying random things and get frustrated. They burn a lot of capital on products that they shouldn't have bought in the first place. I did the exact same thing. I remember one of my first orders, I lost $5,000 on buying the wrong product, and it honestly put me in such a bad mood, I almost quit. Most people also fail because they get rejected repeatedly and don't understand the simple metrics about what percentage of brands are actually gonna say yes to them. They also don't understand the right things to say to these brands. So when they get in the door and they just randomly just guessing stuff in an email or on a phone conversation, they don't understand how to provide value to these brands that allow them to wanna say yes to you. And one of the biggest mistakes I continuously see is people mismanage their inventory. They invest in the wrong products, wrong brands, and then they end up just feeling really bad about the business and giving up. Those are the ones who eventually quit. But the people that win, they build a structured system, something that they could run in just 8 hours per week. They avoid all these beginner mistakes, and they have guidance with exactly what to say to these brands and suppliers to close the deal. They understand how to scale before they just start trying to scale. This difference is massive, and it separates the winners from the losers. If after watching this, you say, hey, I really don't want to go through all this pain and this trial and error, that's why we created our mentorship program. It was something that I wish I had when I first started back in 2020 and would have saved me a lot of time and money. I want to be clear though, this is not for everyone. We want to work with sophisticated operators willing to build this machine. These are people who have capital, want structure, and accountability. And they want to build this automation system properly. If that's you, the application is in the description, and also our completely free workshop where I go in depth on all of the systems you need to really scale. Read it carefully, but only apply or sign up if you're serious about this. In the next video, I'm gonna break down exactly how much money you need to scale a wholesale business the right way, because capital allocation is where most beginners lose momentum in their business. Watch that next. If you're serious about scaling your business, make sure you subscribe. We drop these videos every single week about the lessons we've learned over the past 6 years. At the end of the day, us, our students, our entire team, we're building this profitably. And our goal this year is really simple. Scale from 15 million a year to 20 million. Hopefully this helped. See you in the next one.